Scrapbookers, it's Katie Scott, and I've done a little bit of pre-planning on this Sunday sketch. The inspiration is from Studio Calico, and they have something called the Sunday sketch, and I believe they've been doing that for several years. And so I've done it a couple times, but I haven't done it a lot of times. So I kind of thought I would try that today. This is the layout example, and that's a lovely example of a lot of white space, something that I always kind of struggle to accomplish. And I'm not even sure I want to accomplish. It's really pretty though, but I don't know. I guess I don't feel that light and airy. But it's a beautiful layout, and I'm going to try to gain some inspiration from that layout. And so this is what I've come up with so far. So I don't really like to just use one photo on the layout. Sometimes I do, but I like to squeeze some more in. So one thing that I did was I had this was going to be more planned than normal, and still I have to walk across the room. Sorry about that. So in my storage binders, I keep all of the photos that I've recently printed. So I just started looking through that, and so one of the photos that I got was the family shot that we did with the self-timer, just the point-and-shoot self-timer. But then I made these collages in Picasa, and so they're just like a whole bunch of, and I just printed those out 4x6. It does kind of cut off some of the edges, so not everything is perfect. Like in this one, for example, my husband's head is completely cut off, but I still get a few wallet-size-ish photos, and I'm sure if you worked with the margins a little bit more carefully than I do, you could get that done. So I had those printed at Walgreens. But so what I did was I just took one of those little kind of contact sheets and cut it so I could do a strip of photos along the bottom here. And then I like the motif of the cameras because you know, we're doing the self-timer, so instead of, she's got a banner up here, so the banner's going to go there, and then my photo is going to be a little bit higher than where she had her photo, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do the title yet. So it's not all worked out, but I've gotten my sewing machine all here, and I think it's ready to go. Yep. And so let's get started. So I've cut a couple of things. I have those cameras, and I'm just going to put those to the side. I've got the photo. I've cut a mat, and instead of using a new piece of white cardstock, I just used an old piece of cardstock or old piece of pattern paper that I'm not crazy about anymore. And so that's just going to get matted like that. And then instead of, they've used like a big rectangle for the mat on this side. Instead of doing that, I'm going to use I think these are from Alice & Craft, but this was a cut apart sheet, and so it's like 4 Project Life type cards are going to make up my mat. And then these were strips from the top, like the advertising strips on the bottom and the top, so those are going to go on there too. And got these. And then for the base of my page, even though I really like this side, and I'm kind of tempted to cut out this, I'm going to, I really like this side. I'm trying to remember who did this paper. Let me look and see if I can tell you. American Crafts, I think. I love this side, but I think I'm just going to leave it as is, and I'm not going to cut it up. I'm just going to use this, which is a cut apart sheet, as the base of my page. So where I want to place the action of my photos is kind of right where these lines cross. So that's why I'm choosing not to put my photo in the same. She had her photo kind of over here, so that and I could have cut off this and had it made it look a lot more, but I kind of like it there. And I also thought that I would do some fun stamping, because I almost never stamp. So let's do a little stamping before we get started. Just like some kind of background stamping. So I have black. I also have red and green available. So let's go with the red, I think. And I'm not really good at cleaning my stamps, so you'll see there's still some blue on those stamps, on this stamp. And this is a stamp that I think you don't really need to have one of those acrylic things. What do you call them? Like this thing, although I do have it. There we go. Let's just see if that helps any. Oh yeah. Kind of like that. I'm going to just sort of line it up and do another stamp. So there's like a lighter, so it's dark and then light, so it's not totally perfect. Just do a little bit of that. And then I'm going to do it again on the bottom. Because one of the things I was talking about yesterday is one of the things you can do to really make your layouts go from good to great is to do different embellishments, but also different techniques on your page. So if you go for just pick a number, like 5 or 6 or however involved you want to get, and say, okay, I did stamping. There's one little technique I don't normally do that will give my page a little bit more life and a different layer. Another thing that is helpful, so let's go for 12, like the 12 days of Christmas. Okay, so let's do 12 things on this page to make it more special than a normal page. So the second thing would be pop dots. So stamping and pop dots on the first day of Christmas. This is after Christmas. It's the last day of Christmas vacation. I'm really sad. I'm not. It's good. It'll be good to get back to the routine, but there always is a little bit of sadness on the day before you have to go back. And then somewhere around Wednesday of the week when you go back to your regular life after Christmas, it seems like, oh my gosh, is this week ever going to end? So pop dots is my second little special thing. Okay, now I've got I wanted to do the mat I wanted to make the mat out of these instead of having a mat. Let me just see how I was going to do that. Something like this, I think. It sort of needs something in the middle. Sort of, kind of. I don't remember how I had it. Let me just see if I can use, so I have some other of the cut aparts that I did beforehand. Let me just see if I can do something that will unify those but not go overboard. So it's Christmas, but it's got these nice little snowflakes on each side. So I'm just going to use the snowflakes to kind of tuck under. There we go. And then one thing that I saw a layout of Lisa Dickinson's recently, and she sewed around, I don't remember what it was, but if you want to kind of add some dimension to the elements on the page, one thing you can do is sew around them. Let me just see if I can show you what I was talking about. I think it was at 2Ps. So if you go to 2Ps in a bucket, and then you go to the home page and go to Design Team, Latest Designer Projects. Let's see if I can show you what I was talking about. No, darn it. Okay, so I guess they just have the challenges up in the Latest Designer Projects, because I know that she's got this Mary layout, but I know she had one after that, let me see if I can click on her name. Nope. Let me see. Come on. Usually if you scroll down, I think it'll show you other of, okay, this is the one. She made a layout called Pause. I think, Life Pause. And so this is also something to do with Studio Calico. I loved this pattern collage by Studio Calico and knew it would make a perfect backdrop for my vacation photos. But what you can see is what she did, if you look at that layout, she stitched around a lot of the elements. And so I liked that. So I'm going to do that on these here, and I'm going to do that now. So I don't know how much time I shaved off. Probably not enough. But I'm trying to figure out a way to keep my videos authentic and fresh, but also maybe a little bit shorter. So we'll see how that works. What I don't like to do is make more than one video, because then I have to merge them together in YouTube, and it just takes it takes a ridiculously long amount of time. So then I'm like, oh, this is just too much work. So if I can just do one video and upload the whole thing, even if it's a long video, it's easier for me. Okay, so far we've done stamping and pop dots, or foam tape, I'll call it. It's more fun to say pop dots, isn't it? And now the third thing is going to be machine stitching. So there's a little machine stitching for you. And I'm going to do this before I stick them down so that I can still play with where they are on the page. And also it will just define them a little bit better. So you can see it takes a little bit of time, but if you have your sewing machine handy, it's not like the longest amount of time to do an extra touch like machine stitching, but I think it does add a lot of texture and dimension to your page. And if you don't have a sewing machine, the hand stitching is really awesome. I mean, I almost think that looks better because it looks like you put a lot of effort into it. It looks more special. I would say if you don't have a sewing machine, consider getting one, because this model was like $70 or $80. And if you buy this model and you buy it off Amazon, go to my blog first, Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking, and click on one of the Amazon affiliate links, and then go to Amazon, and then I get 4%. Woohoo! But you don't have, if you did that, that would be awesome. But if you don't, it's still, you know, pretty inexpensive to get one of these machines. So if price is holding you back, then for the cost of 2 months of a kit club, you could get a sewing machine. And the sewing machine's going to last a lot longer, theoretically. Because let me tell you, the way they make sewing machines nowadays, I don't think they make them, you know, like anything. Like, they don't make them like they used to, and so I think you can get a good 4 or 5 years out of a sewing machine now if you use it a lot, which I do, and especially if you use it for stuff like scrapbooking. Like I had my footer on the sewing machine all covered with glue the other day, so I don't hold my sewing machine too precious. Whereas if it was a nicer model, I might be a little nicer to it. But I kind of think of it like a point and shoot camera. You know, throw it in your purse and let your kids hold it, and eventually it'll die, but you get your money's worth out of it while you have it. So if you don't have a sewing machine, I would say consider getting one, because it's a lot of fun to use sewing in your scrapbooking. And I don't think you need skills beyond sewing in a straight line. It's easy. Okay, so here's the page, and then now let's build that mat. So I'm gonna have this. Oh yes, the cold is still here. My mother-in-law is a big fan of asking, "Oh, how are you doing?" And she's always like, "How?" Like when I was pregnant, like, "How are you feeling?" Like the whole time, she's just very concerned, which is very nice, but also like, I don't know. I still feel like. So she came over today and she was like, "How are you? Is your cold gone yet?" Because I really, she's 89, so I don't want to get her sick. And so she's kind of limited in coming over, which is, we like her. But it's my cold is kind of interfering with her ability to come over and visit. And so I think she's really interested in having my cold be over so she can come over more. Okay, so these photos are going to go right about there. And I put the tape sort of in the middle. Let me just see. Put it just right there. So last night we watched the movie. It was a spoof movie called The Starving Games. And I had pretty low hopes for it. Like the boys in my family wanted to watch it. And I'm a huge I loved the Hunger Games, and I read all the books in like 3 days. Like all 3 books in 3 days. They were very fast reads for me. And I used to be a reader, but since I've had kids, I just don't really read fiction anymore. Just because it seems like better things to do with my time, But I like to read. And those were good books. And I was also skeptical of those books, but somebody at work gave me, it's like, "Oh no, try it, you'll really like it." And I was like, I don't think I like dystopia, before I read it. And now I'm like, I think I like dystopia. It was good. Dystopia. Isn't that funny? It's a funny word, isn't it? So anyways, we watched a spoof movie called The Starving Games last night. It was funny. And I had so low expectations. Like, I was like, I don't want to watch The Starving Games. Like, you see some of those movies, like the spoof movie. I just don't really, I love Saturday Night Live, and I love improvisational comedy techniques and theory, but I don't really go in for slapstick. And my husband and my son really enjoy slapstick. Like, I think, Naked Gun and stuff like that. Like, just not my thing. But, so they were like, let's watch it. And then it's like, all right, we'll watch it. And it was like way funnier than I thought it would be. So I just put that in my little box of random bits. That little bit that I threw to the side there. I'm going to put these in here too. Yeah. That's where those went, just in case you were wondering. So there's this. There we go so far. So far we have stamping, we have the pop dots, and we have the machine stitching to make it special. So there's 3 things. We're going to try to make 12 things on this layout to make it special. Okay, so this is the part of the layout that was not in the sketch, is this strip of photos along the bottom. And I think that, let's see if I can kind of do it like this instead. I'm not sure if I love it. I kind of think I like it like this a little bit better, instead of, this is how I originally thought of it. Yeah, I think I'm going to go like this with it. So these are just kind of like different snapshots of Christmas morning. So they kind of tell that whole story just a little bit more. Changed up my system just a little bit. Okay, so there I am so far. I don't think I like that though, honestly. I don't think that looks very good. I don't think that looks light and airy and lovely. I think it looks heavy and yucky. Let's try one more placement of these little strips, because I'm kind of like, you're probably thinking, why do you care about those little strips? Like, they don't seem to go. I don't know. I just like them. I just want to put as many pictures on there as possible. Just because. I guess because it's so trendy not to, that I kind of think like, well, I don't know. I'm snarky that way. Alright, let's see. So I'm thinking instead I'll just put them kind of tucking out behind the picture. I think I like that a little bit better. It kind of looks like a hot mess though, right? One way I can tell is not by looking at it, but by looking at the screen. And it does look better this way. Yeah, it does. Let's try something different with these little. So let's cut them up just a little bit more. And let's maybe see if we can tuck them like this. So they're kind of all right. I don't know. I don't think it's maybe the best thing ever, but I'm going to leave it like that just because I kind of like the idea of more pictures. And then I've even got, so I've got this picture of our new dog, and she didn't photobomb our picture. I sort of wish she did. I think I might incorporate these photos over here somehow. That's where she had the title. And then this photo, I think that's where the dog ought to sit. So let's just put her there and see. I want to mat it though on just a little piece of, oops, sorry, a little piece of white cardstock. Oh, this cold is hanging on. So annoying. Okay, so there it kind of looks like she's looking at us. Nice, sweet little Jessie. She's in the room here with me. You can probably hear, I was listening to the video I did last night, and you could hear her kind of shaking her collar. So there's pictures from Christmas morning, and I'm going to need to get another one because I have my husband, my daughter, but not my son, and he might notice. He might go, where am I in that picture? I don't see me over there. So I sort of want just one more there, so we're all represented. Maybe up here. I could maybe do the title up here instead of down here. I kind of like the lightness of those. So I might change up the title placement a little. And that's more empty space. All right, I don't think I'm going to add him. He's right there. He'll just have to... And probably he won't notice, except I want to say that, but then sometimes he does. He's like, I think because they're so close in age, they're kind of competitive. Or maybe that's just the nature of siblings, right? Anyways, Starving Games, surprisingly funnier than I thought it would be. Also, I'm signed up for Kathy Zolski's Eat More, Way More. That's not what it's called. It's called Move More, Eat Well. And so that started on New Year's Day. But my journey to lose 50 pounds, again, because I made this declaration on my blog several years ago. I was like, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. And I lost like a really good 35 pounds. And then, yeah, it's officially all back. So frustrating. So frustrating. But I am going to recommit to the whole losing weight thing. Let me just see how that looks. Not good. I don't think that looks very good. Maybe some more of that green over here. I don't know if I like that. Alright, I don't care. Here's the thing, is that sometimes in scrapbooking, when you start saying, oh, I don't know if I'll do that. I think I'll do this other thing. Then it doesn't matter. Just stick it down and keep on going and it'll look fine. And just kind of, okay, so I've added some little border stickers. Let's call that number 4. So stamping, pop dots, machine stitching, border stickers. There's 4 things. Let's get back to that. Well, I remember I was going to have some of this. So here's some more border stickers that are just going to go down. These aren't actually border stickers, they're just, they are the bottoms of pattern paper, whatever you call that. The advertising strip. So I'm gonna just put that underneath my, I guess it was called peppermint, whatever that was. Maybe this paper was called peppermint. So there it looks kind of like, this line makes it look like that is sitting on a shelf. Sort of. Let's do some washi tape. I'm going to do the washi tape over here. And then since I've done it over here, like I'm going to do it here and then somewhere over here. So just in 2 places. So that's going to be my number 5 thing. Let me just see. There's number 5, the washi tape. And then I just need a little washi tape over in this area. I'll just have her just stuck that little picture on with some washi. I almost feel like I want one more. I'm not really sure where. Right up here, behind. Okay, I don't know. it's staying down. So there's the number 5 thing. Okay, this is something I did in advance. This is older. It's Provocraft, and I've made it spell Christmas, even though we know it's Christmas. But what the heck? Let's write it anyways. so no one's confused. And I kind of think I should test this out first, so let's test it out on this little strip that I had originally put aside for this layout, and then that looks good. And I didn't use, put that right there, Christmas. And right up there too. Should we count that as number 6? Was it number 5 or number 6? Or that's just going to be stamping, so we'll leave it as only number 5s. Now I was going to do, just drink a little coffee here. A little bit better. So I was going to do the Christmas banner thing of these. Cameras. Not sure I still want to. Let's see. Really like them there. I think I'm not going to use them. Okay, let's look at the original layout again and see what else we can do to get more interesting on this page. Let's do some journaling because, hey, sometimes when I'm just doing all this play, I don't do as much journaling. And journaling is really what it's about, and it's what I want to look back on. And so, Allison, I got up early because she even helped with some of my Christmas secrets. And Mac slept in and was still excited to see that Santa came. And Allison then asked if the reindeer ate her paper carrots. I'm actually reading, yeah, we all still believe in the magic of Christmas. So my daughter is a questioning girl, and she always asks a lot of questions, and we try to be as honest with her as we can be. And so she's gotten just a lot of information this year, and then we love our Jessie dog. So did journaling. So yeah, my daughter knows a lot of secrets about Christmas. My son doesn't know a lot of secrets about Christmas and still completely believes in all of the magic of Santa Claus and Christmas. And but after my daughter, after the whole Christmas morning thing, and she saw the carrots, she was like, "But Mom, the reindeer, they ate those carrots." And I was like, "I know." Yes, they did. Kind of cute. So we're in the stage of, growing up. So I think I didn't have a title for this page when I started, but I think the title is Christmas Magic. And so I think I might just put it right here. Magic. And I love the gold letters. So these are American Crafts stickers, and they are, I don't know if they're going to show up very well. I think they will in real life, but they won't necessarily when I take a photograph of them, of this layout, but I don't care. I'm going to do it anyways. Let's see. Magic. Because there really is a magic that comes on Christmas morning, you know? No matter how old you are. It's like there's just something incredibly special about it. Santa comes and, you know, because all over the world now you can watch them on Santa Cam, or what is that called? NORAD? I think they call it. Okay, so I'm going to get the C kind of way close to my head. I hope that's not going to look weird. Let's put that a little bit up. It's okay. Magic. And then I sort of want to have like We Believe, and so I don't know where that We Believe, how about We Believe up here? So this is starting to look very different from the layout in the example, but I love to use a layout as just a jumping off place because it takes that decision out of, you know, it gives you something to start out with. So I want my Believe to end here. So I'm not going to start with the we, I'm going to start with the Believe, and I'm going to spell it backwards. And when I'm talking and writing, I like to write it out. B-E-L-I-E-V-E, right? Is that how you spell it? I always get mixed up with the I's and the E's, but I think that's it. Oh, I hear somebody out there. Maybe that was just Jessie on the floor. My husband and daughter went out to Home Depot to buy more supplies. We were trying to get like a ramp or a ladder to make it so that my dog can get down into the water, and I'm so excited for her to do that. It's finally a beautiful day here. It's like the last day of Christmas vacation, and it's finally just lovely. It's been kind of gloomy here, and I know the rest of the country has had it a lot worse, so I won't complain, but it's been like blah around here. There's been no sunshine, and it's just been like dark and gloomy and kind of cold for where we are. It was like in the 40s. It's supposed to be in the 30s, I think, and at nighttime, which is very unusual for around here. So we put out little bowls outside to see if they would turn into ice. Not even close, but so we believe in magic, in Christmas magic. I think I want to put in magic. And where it would go? We believe in magic. Let's try it here. So I'm covering up some of that Christmas. And I'm also like breaking up my title, which is not advised. You know, that's not a good idea. But that's alright. You don't always have to follow the rules of scrapbooking. You can make your own rules up. So I'm just using these little asterisks that come with So I've got 1, 2, and I sort of want to just have one more. I'm going to move these over so you can fit it in between we and believe. We believe in magic. Okay, so let's count the thickers as number 6 on our 12 things to make the layout special. And so we still have 6 more things to do to this layout, even though I would naturally call this done. I would be like, this looks like it is totally done. Here it is. But let's keep going. And I really kind of want to get the sewing machine out of the way. So yeah, we're 40 minutes in. My pre-planning does nothing to help the length of time I take to make a layout. I think if I'm making the layout while I'm talking about it, then it takes, I don't know, 40 minutes to an hour probably. But if I'm, so let's use some sticker stars. So this will be number 7 on the list of special things. And what I want to do with these is I don't really want to, we've got some stars up here. I'm going to still do the stars in this kind of a progression, but I don't want to, I want to do as much tone on tone as I can. So if it's red, I'm going to do a red star. Let's just see. These are just like, you know, your garden variety school issue stars. Not sure how long I've had these. So there's 3 there, and then let's get three up here. 1, 2, 3. That's not good. So sometimes when you lay the, you know, you put your embellishments down, you kind of have to think about what makes sense as far as where you're putting them in the layers. And then let's go with a little bit of green. Put that like 1, 2, 3. I know that doesn't seem like it's a very proximate triangle, but it's alright. So there was number 7 of things to make it look more hoop-de-doo. Let's see, now I'm really thinking like, I don't know what else I can do to make this look any more fancy-dancy. So I know what I can do is I can pull out my little handy-dandy muffin tray for just these occasions. So if you have any trouble, you know, making your layouts look pop, you know, make them all special looking, try to, so here's photo corners. So there's number 8, and I'm going to put this photo corner underneath this photo in that corner. So there we go. That would be number 8, photo corners. Okay, we're really stretching here. And then, oh my gosh, I do have brads and stars and confetti that I could put on here that would make it more glittery. I don't know. I also have these die cut stars. I kind of like those. Let's do that. Oh, I still haven't looked for my, since last night I kind of misplaced my favorite adhesive, which is Sticky Dots from Thermoweb. I think I talk about them in every single video I make. I This is just regular old glue stick by Elmer's. Standard school issue. It's purple, but it's supposed to dry clear. It doesn't seem like it is. Come on, go away, purple. Okay, so there's one little star, and then let's do a few more stars. So that'll be number 9 on my list of making things more exciting. Okay, I'm just going to put 2 of those down. I'm not going to do 3. I don't know where else I could put it. I mean, I don't know. I could probably put one up here. Tuck it under there. I don't like that. I don't think that looks good. Let's see if we can tuck it right in here. I don't know. It's not sticking anymore. I'm getting all the sticky off of it. Oh gosh. Alright, I'm just going to try to put the glue stick directly onto the page and then hope that all that purple comes up. And if it doesn't, we'll just call it the Radiant Orchid 2014. Okay. That looks horrible. So what was that? Number 9? Let's just call it number 9. What else can we do to this page? I don't know. I kind of think it's done. Alright, so I think I'm going to call it I didn't reach 12 extra little things, but I did 9, and let's see. I'll try one more thing. We've got these little, I don't know. I think I'm just, I got one little epoxy thing. 10. 2 more things. Okay. Let's see. We've got a snowflake Brad and a gingerbread Brad. I'm calling that 11, 12. And let's do, where are we going to put them? So the little gingerbread person who's a little goofy. But sometimes I think it's a little fun to go a little, like, you know how hipsters are like ironically goofy? Or they wear their mustaches like to be sarcastic. That's how the cutesy Brad is for me. So there we go. There's the little gingerbread. That's number 11. And then let's do, so sorry, a snowflake Brad. Okay, I'm going to put it here. Just need something to pierce the paper. I used to have an X-Acto knife. I'm not sure where I put that either. But I just used a pair of scissors. And we'll get that up here, and boom, we'll be done. We'll be done, woohoo! So it's gratifying to finish a layout, I think. It's also fun to try to give yourself little challenges. So do a sketch, or tell yourself you're going to do like 12 different things on this layout, or whatever. Whatever it takes to get you, you know, to have a little playful fun with your layouts. There you go. Yeah, tomorrow's Epiphany, so get your Christmas trees down if you still have them up. And this is my layout number 6 for 2014. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.